Hello, my name is Doipan Datta and this is my fourth session on chi-square test of independence. In this session, I have previously done a few sessions on chi-square testing like goodness of fit and dependence on variance. If you haven't seen this video, please go through it. I have given the link in the description box. Now in this session, I will discuss about the independence of the attributes which I will apply in the chi-square testing. Here in this presentation, I will discuss the basic definition, then the proof of the formula, and after that I will show a basic example. In the next session, I will show some few advanced level examples. Now, this is the basic definition here. What she's saying is in this test, we have to find out whether two attributes, that is A and B. See here, we are given two attributes A and B and we have to find out whether these two are independent of each other. This is a R cross S contingency table. A is an R attributes and B has S parts. That is, if you see here, A is A1, then A2, A3 and up to AR. Here in this table the value of R is considered as 10. So as you can see here that A has been considered up till 10 and B has been considered up till 10 also. That is, S is also, the value of S is also 12. So the total number of cells will be 100. How? The number of columns are 10 and also the number of rows are also 10. So rows into columns, R into S, 10 cross 10. So it forms a R cross S contingency tables. And here the sum of the rows are given. See, this is B1 row and the total sum of B1 row is this one, and this is the sum of the total column. Okay, the sum of the total values of A1 column will be given in this part, and here it is N. This N part, it shows the total number of values. That is, if suppose here we have 10, it is 20, here it is 30, and it goes on like this. Here this N will sum up this whole area. This whole area, that is all B1 to B10 and A1 to A10. I will show you later part, you will get a better view of this. See here. This is a R cross S contingency table, and when I will explain this problem in details, you will have a better view of the problem. The contingency table. So this problem says the proof that a 2 cross 2 contingency table, the chi-square test of independence, give the chi-square value as this one, n into AD minus BC whole square whole divided by A plus B into B plus C into C plus D into D plus A. What are ABCD? This. The values are given. A, this is B, this is C, this is D. So as I have told you the sum of the rows in the previous session, here this one is the sum of the rows. So A plus B, this is the sum of the first row, and C plus D is the sum of the second row. And A plus D and B plus D are the sum of the columns. See, B plus D is the sum of this column and A plus C is sum of this column. And what is N? See, if we sum up these two, we will get this N, or if we sum up these two, we will also get the similar value. So because N is the result of all this, A plus B plus C plus D. Okay. Now coming to the proof here. Say, as I have told you, this summation part which I have discussed previously, here as N is equal to A plus B plus C plus D, this has also been discussed. Now coming to this expected value. See friends, I have already explained this expected value part in my previous session. If you haven't gone through it, please I will request all of you to go through it. You will have a better understanding of this thing. See, expected value of A. How shall I get it? This value into this value divided by whole of N. See, this is I have done for all of them. For B also, this value multiplied by this value and whole divided by N. Now see, if we put e minus a minus e of a, what is this? If you remember friends, I have discussed in the previous session also, we have to subtract the observed value minus the expected value. E of a is the expected value of a and a is the observed value. So this is a minus this e of a part. So after we put the calculations, as you can see, the final result what we are getting is AD minus BC whole divided by n. This is the final result of only this a minus e of a part. Similarly, as we proceed further, see, I have already discussed while finding the chi-square value, we have to do this summation, that is the square of the observed value minus expected value divided by the expected value. I have done this. See, what was this is the square of the observed value minus expected value. The value is this AD minus BC divided by n, this one. I have put this here, it is raised to the power 2 whole square, and the value of EA. What is the value of expected EA? This one. It has also already been discussed in this session only. So after that, what we get is, this is the answer. That is AD minus BC whole square whole divided by n into a plus b into a plus c. Similarly, by doing the same calculation, what we get for b, c and d variables are, these are the results. Now friends, if you observe carefully, you will see that this numerator part and this n in the denominator, this is common for all the four. See, it is common for all the four cases. This AD minus BC whole square divided by n. Only this part itself is common for all the cases. So what we need to do is, see here, after we have used the chi-square test, I have put this color bracket so that you have a better understanding of what we are doing. See, after putting these values, I have taken this AD minus BC whole square divided by n as common and I have kept the rest. So after that, for each of these value, 1 by a plus b into a plus c, this is one part. From where we are getting this? See, this is the part a minus e of a whole square divided by e of a. The answer is this one. If we take common this AD minus BC whole square divided by n, then what we are left with, 1 by a plus b into a plus c, right? So this is the thing. See, I have kept this in third bracket and then these two are in second bracket, and the color coding I have kept the similar so that it helps you to understand better. Then it goes on similar for e of b also. See, b minus e of b divided by e whole square divided by e of b. What we get is this one. If we again take this AD minus BC whole square divided by n, this thing common, what we get is this thing, a plus b into b plus d. See, these two parts. Alright, now for this, see, similarly for c minus cc whole square divided by e of c, we get this value, ac plus c, a plus c into d plus c. See, this is the part. And after we add up this whole thing, what we get, that this is common, a plus b plus c plus d. I have marked this because I have discussed with you previously that a plus b plus c plus d, this is the summation of all the elements and it will give the result as n. So if we take this a plus b plus c plus d as common, we will give it, see, I have put here n value, and after taking it common, this n in the numerator part and this n in the denominator part get cancels out, and what we are left with, this part. Again, after adding this, we again get this a plus b plus c plus d in the numerator, And now this is the last and final step. We just put the value n here. And what we are asked to prove? See, n into a minus ad minus bc whole square divided by a plus b into b plus c into c plus d into d plus a. And what we are getting here? See, n into ad minus bc whole square whole divided by a plus b into a plus c into b plus d into c plus d. So hence proved. Now friends, I will discuss another problem with you. It's a very simple problem and the basic. After in the later session, I will discuss some advanced level problems. Now, this is the problem, friends. It's asked that two sample votes of two public candidates A and B. See, A and B are two candidates for a public office are taken. One from among the residents of the rural areas and another from among the residents of the urban areas. And we are asked to examine whether these two variables are independent of each other or dependent on each other. That is, what are the variables? The candidates and the residential area of the voters. That is, whether the residential area of the voters are influencing their choice of candidates or not, in simple language. Now, see, this is the hypothesis which we have developed. The null hypothesis is the variables are independent of each other, and the alternate hypothesis is the variables are not independent of each other. See, this is a table given. Among rural areas, people who voted for A is 620 and the people who voted for B is 380. Again, in the urban areas, the people who have voted for A is 550 and people who have voted for B is 450. So the total is 1000. I have shown you the contingency table here, so that it helps you to have a better understanding. See, A plus B, this is A plus B. See, 620 plus 380 is equal to 1000. Again, this is C and this is D. See, CD and this is C plus D. 550 plus 450 is equal to 1000 again. And here A plus C, this is A and this is C. So if we add these two, we get 1170. And this is C, this is B and this is D. And if we add these two, we get 830. See here B and D, so B plus D. And this is 2000. As I have told you before, whether we add these two rows or these two columns, we will get 200 for sure, 2000 for sure. That is, actually we will get the similar results. See here, 1000 plus 1000, we are getting 2000. 1170 plus 830, we are again getting 2000. Now coming to the problem, guys. See, in the similar way, I have again find the expected value. See, the expected value of 620, that is this part 1170 into 1000 divided by this n. The similar manner which I have showed you previously. See, in this way I have found out all the expected values of each and every cells. That is for 620, for 380, for 550 and 450. See here, I have found all the expected values. Now, putting the chi-square formula, this is the see, what is the chi-square formula? I have also discussed this previously, and again I am saying you the chi-square. So here, O is the observed value and EI is the expected value, and this is why I have shown you how the total chi-square value is calculated. Now, 620, as I have shown you in the previous slide, 620 is the observed value and 585 is the calculated value. And if we go on like this, we will get that total chi-square value is 10.0891. Now the degrees of freedom is 2 minus 1 multiplied by 2 minus 1. How? So if you remember the table, it was a 2 cross 2 contingency table. Number of rows is 2 and number of column is also 2. So R minus 1 into C minus 1. It was a formula. I have discussed this also previously. So I have just put this formula here, and that is the degrees of freedom is 1. So for 1 degree of freedom and 95% level of significance, the calculated chi-square value is 0.004, which I have shown you here. And so, which is much lesser than the null hypothesis, actually it is much lesser than the calculated value of chi-square test. So that is the reason why we reject the null hypothesis and we accept the fact that the two variables are not independent of each other. So thank you guys, and if you enjoyed my video, please subscribe my channel and please comment. If you want to any other topics on which you want discussion, please comment on the comment box. Thank you.